All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
All right, I imagine I have some new students in the class. I think I saw some communication about that. Is that so?
Sir, good evening. There are new students because the timetable was changed, and those new persons that you're seeing are the ones who got the link to this class.
Okay, all right, thanks for that. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to join the WhatsApp group. The link is in the chat so that you can get additional information. There are times when I share things with the class. So that's one. The other thing is to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can also get access to recordings. And I've also posted that link in the chat. For the persons who are new, can you just raise your hands, please, and keep them raised?
Sorry, repeat the part about substitution. What they say?
Right, so I've posted two links in the chat. One for you to join the WhatsApp group, and two for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel for you to get the recordings. Okay. Georgia, can you reshare some of the things that we have shared in the WhatsApp group for me, please? Especially the exercises, the articulation exercises. Are you there, Georgia?
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm going to resend them.
Right, so hold on, don't send it yet. Let's wait until the persons have joined the WhatsApp group. Give them about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
So that, so I'm seeing Abigail Gentles. Have you joined the WhatsApp group as yet? Ms. Gentles? Yes. Maxine Thompson, have you?
Not yet, sir, about to.
Tiffany?
Yes, sir.
Bianca Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Donnie Lewis? Have you joined the WhatsApp? When I call him?
Not yet, sir.
Right, because I don't want her to reshare and you are not there as yet. Can somebody say hi in the WhatsApp group? The link was shared. Let me share the link again in the chat. The link. Oh yes, I'm seeing quite a number of new persons in the. All right, so the link was shared. The link is shared, Shanice Montague, so please join.
So the instrument I using can't download WhatsApp now.
Which instrument are you using?
A laptop, and it's a work laptop, I can't download things on it.
It's a work laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody, I'll put my number in the chat and somebody can.
Well, good luck with that. But usually people subscribe, so hopefully somebody adds you to it. I think I called Nevia Campbell. Have you joined the WhatsApp group? Nevia Campbell, have you joined the WhatsApp group?
I have.
Okay. All persons are new, just keep your hands raised. So keep your hands raised. I will tell you when to lower your hands, okay? Keep your hands raised. Very important. All right, so the second question now, have you subscribed to the YouTube channel? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel for you to gain access to the lectures or to the recordings? And I think we're in week 8. So we have covered quite a number of grounds. I've reshared the link in the chat. If you have subscribed, can you just put the words S in the chat for me, please? You can just put the word S, not the word, the letter S in the chat for me, please. I'm seeing 3, 4, 5. 6. All right, so many of the new persons have actually subscribed. All right, so for the persons who are new, what I want for you to do for me, you're going to introduce yourself, but this is how you're going to do it for me. I want for you to find an image. So you have to be able to share screen now. I want for you to find an image that you think reflects who you are and tell us why you chose this image and how it reflects who you are. So you're going to start your introduction by telling us your name, your program of study, associate degree in whatever, your program of study, and what you think the course is about. And I'm sure by now you'd have a sense of what the course is about. And then you will share a screen of the image and tell us how it reflects or why you have selected that image in terms of introducing yourself or as part of your introduction. All right, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, while they're working on that, Georgette, let me see, share screen for me. Let me see where you are with your speech outline. So while the new persons are working on that, you have your outline ready, Georgette?
Sharing, sir.
Persons who are using your phone, you can share screen using your phone, all right?
Are you seeing now, sir?
We're not seeing anything on the screen. It's coming up now.
Okay, sir.
All right, so you need to go to one page.
So
So
remember to me to change it.
Can you just do one page at a time? Right, yes. All right, just walk us through it again. Just remind us what you're looking at.
Okay, so my broad topic is health education, and the narrowed topic is how to control gestational diabetes in women. The question is, how is gestational diabetes controlled in women? The answer says that there are several ways in which gestational diabetes can be controlled in women. The thesis states, exercising regularly, controlling diet to monitor blood sugar with glucose meter, attending regular routine appointments are ways in which gestational diabetes can be controlled in women.
Or hold on.
The topic.
Oh, hold on. Control. Regularly controlling that. All right, let me see your sources. Scroll down to your sources. Let me see. All right, so first of all, take off the bold. APA doesn't require bold from all of it, beginning with the reference. From the reference, take off the bold from the reference as well, and it should be size 12. Yes, it should be right. 12 times New Romans. So correct that for me. Yes. All right, keep it bold like that. All right, so press the right part. Can you bold back from begun to last word published for me? All right, right click your mouse for me. I don't know why you put on the board. Georgia, what's happening with you?
Sir, you said to
Georgia, not bold.
I said bold it. I said just to copy.
Highlight
That's what I
it.
said.
Highlight
Highlight
it.
it for me, please.
Uh-huh.
Of the bold. Right. Right click your mouse for me. Georgette, what's happening?
Sir, I right click.
Why is the yellow there? I didn't tell you to put on any yellow on the thing, Georgette.
Hold on. Uh-huh. Sorry about that, sir.
Just undo. Right. Right click your mouse.
Right click.
Yes. Go to paragraph for me. But it's, why does it look like, did you copy and paste your sources? Did you
Repeat,
copy
sir.
did you copy and paste your sources?
Yes, sir.
That's the problem. Now I know why you're not able to do what I'm telling you, because you have copied, you should have typed your sources. So highlight it for me. Let me see if it works this time. Highlight your sources for me.
Yes, sir.
Right click for me. Go to paragraph. It's right there under the word font. Click on it for me. Go to line, go to special for me.
On the
Special.
font.
Go to special for me, please. Click. Go to hanging, click on hanging for me. Click on hanging. Click on hanging.
All right, okay. So I clicked on hanging.
Go to line spacing and put double space for me. Go to don't add space for me. Check that for me. And click OK for me. Click OK for me. All right, so it's just done according to APA, but the sourcing itself is a little bit all over the place, because I'm seeing, well, the first one is okay, the second one is okay. Is it the American Diabetes Association, or is the organization called American Diabetes Association? I don't know why you keep highlighting that thing, I tell you that because you didn't type it. So this is why you keep having that issue. So I'm almost
No,
sure
sir, I highlighted it a while ago. Because it came off.
I'm almost sure the name of that organization is American Diabetes Association. I don't think they have the word "the" beside it. And what is management of diabetes in pregnancy? Because if it was written by an organization, what is this part about the management of diabetes in pregnancy? That I don't understand, because the author is an organization. So I'm not sure, because it's italicized, and I'm not sure why. So you need to look back at that source, and where is the URL? Because this is coming from online. So where's the URL? I'm sure you didn't get that physical book or journal or whatever it is. The second source is okay, because although you need to, this is how they write the name medical news today, or is there a space between medical and the word news, as well as news and today?
No, sir, it was joined together.
All right, so the second source is okay, at least documented or referenced correctly. The first one is an edited book, and that's not how you do an edited book. Something is wrong, because it says volume 1, which means that there are other volumes. So you need to look back at that source, but we'll get into it. Go back up for me. So remember, this is what you're going to convert into a TED Talk, and we're going to get into that, but let me speak a little bit about the mid-semester, which is actually going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a written test, it's going to be an oral presentation. All right, go back up for me. Okay, so the points are okay. At least okay for now. All right, thanks, Georgette. Please go and look at how to document the sources according to APA style, because the outline itself will be graded as well, okay? It comes with its own mark.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. Are the persons who are new ready to introduce yourself? Fabian Parnell, ready for me?
Sir, if they're not ready, can I share my...
Hold on, can you give them a chance, please? There are 10 of them, so just give them a chance, please. Fabian Parnell, are you ready?
So based on them, I can't screen now.
Or you can't share your screen? All right, can you just introduce yourself, try to answer the questions that I've asked, or the things that I've asked you to do?
I'm in the SPIM year group. Security protection I'm doing. What else, sir?
Mr. Fabian, did you write down what I asked you to do, sir?
No.
You're supposed to write down what I asked you to do. Because when you're introducing yourself, you're not supposed to then ask the audience. This is a public speaking. Then you're going to ask the audience, oh, wait, what am I? You're introducing yourself to us. So my name, good evening or good afternoon. My name is Fabian Parnell, and da, da, da. That's how you start. All right, so go again for me, sir.
Good evening. My name is Fabian Parnell. In SPIM. Course I'm doing
What does SPIM mean?
Security Protection Investigation Management.
Why are you doing that program?
Because I'm in the security field.
Okay, and how will that program assist you to serve us better or serve the society better?
Well, basically, I'm doing it for me really still.
You're really?
Yeah, to get a bit, to move on to something better.
Okay, all right. And if you were to choose an image that described you, what image would it be and why?
Image.
Yes.
I'm a humble person, so I'd say I can't think of one now, so but I'm a humble person. Jovial.
All right, Mr. Parnell, so you're going to learn that how my class works, you have to comply, all right? So when I tell you to find an image, if you can't find it physically, then you're going to find it in your head, all right? Because you have to do a lot of talking, a lot of presentation, and this is part and parcel. Actually, today, if you guys were not here, I was going to go into how to do a PowerPoint presentation and all of that, how to incorporate images and all of that, and that is actually going to be the mid-semester. So you're going to have to do a lot of that. So you have to get very comfortable with talking and responding and sharing and all of that, because this is not a writing course, it's more a talking course, all right? So get used, I'm not sure what transpired in the previous lecture, but I have my own flavor. All right, Abigail Gentles, ready for us? Go ahead. Ms. Gentles, are you there? Maxine Thompson, go ahead for me. Maxine Thompson? Okay, she's coming.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Maxine Thompson, and I'm from the School of Business and Entrepreneurial Studies Associate Degree. This is the image I chose that will reflect who I am. Why I chose this image is because I'm a quiet person. I'm humble. I'm a loving person. I'm easy to get along with. And I work well with teams.
What do you think the course is about?
Say again, please.
What do you think the course is about?
Oh, this course, I think, is about improving your speech habits and how to develop effective oral communication.
All right, thank you very much. Stop sharing for me, Ms. Thompson. This is Dianqua Thompson. Go ahead, Ms. Thompson.
All right, good night, everybody. My name is Dianqua Thompson. I'm pursuing an associate degree in business management. What I think this course is about is being able to speak better or to communicate more effective or efficient. And the image that would describe me is that image, because school and work is stressing me out.
There you go. All right, it's much needed stress, as some would say. All right, thanks much, Ms. Thompson. Donnelly Lewis, go ahead for me.
Good evening, Mr. Clark. That's Danae Lewis. Okay, one moment. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danae Lewis, and I am from the School of Business. And the picture I have chosen today is a picture of a tiger. Oh, this tiger represents me as a person. Tigers are strong and they're powerful. And one interesting fact about them is that they can swim, right? For me as an individual, I think of myself as being someone that is strong, and no matter the circumstances that I do face and the obstacles that do come, I always try to find a way. I always find a way to overcome them. And with all that being said, during the journey or during the road, you always have some unexpected things. So seeing as where the tiger, it's unexpected that he can swim. With me, it's always unexpected. You just have to know that you're basically on the journey with Danae, and some things might pop up.
All right, thank you very much. Quite detailed. The other person is Jamie Brown Malcolm. Mrs. Malcolm, go ahead. Jamila, sorry. Jamila, I think that's how you pronounce the first name.
Yes, sir. Good night. My name is Jamila Brown Malcolm. Let me try and screen share. I'm actually using my phone. Are you seeing it?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so my name is Jamila Brown Malcolm, and I'm from the School of Business and Entrepreneurial Studies, where I'm studying an associate degree in business administration. My goal is to become an entrepreneur in the future and hopefully make a change in people's life with whatever business I do. This picture signifies a calm spirit person, which I consider myself to be, and I try to always have a calm spirit in everything I do. I try to always, whenever there's anything negative that comes my way, this is what I normally do
All right.
to calm my spirit.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Malcolm. Next, we have Tiffany Mccollum.
Good evening, everyone. I am Tiffany Mccallum. I'm also from the School of Business and Entrepreneurial Skills. What I think oral communication is about is really developing proper speech as well as effective communication. And the picture that would best describe me, let me just see if I can actually share it. One moment, please. Are you seeing it now, sir?
No, it's not sharing yet. Yes, it's coming up. Yes, we are seeing it now.
All right, so it would be described as not necessarily a rose, but a flower that grew from concrete. I would like to think that I'm very determined, and despite the circumstances, I always put my best foot forward, and it normally works out in my favor.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. McCallum. Next, we have Rashidi. Go ahead. Rashidi, are you there, Miss Rashidi Hamilton? Rashidi Hamilton, are you there? Doesn't seem so. Nevia Campbell, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nevia Campbell. I am currently studying an associate degree in security, protection, and investigation management. A picture that described me is an eagle. So I was trying to bring it up to share it, but hold on. An eagle who is strong, shares honor and has courage.
Yes, and what do you think the course is about?
I think this course is about being able to communicate well with others, present, listening. Basically, that's it.
All right, thanks. Ashley Daly, go ahead. Is Miss Daly there? All right. Is there anybody who is new who has not introduced himself or herself? Okay, all right. So let me do my introduction. So my name is Robin Clark, and I have been at Excelsior from 2011. Teaching public speaking. I'm a trained public speaker. I have experience. I was on radio for over a year. I've emceed so many events, master of ceremony, formal, informal, receptions, sports days, concerts, stage shows, just about every and anything I've done. I haven't done anything recently because of COVID and the fact that I was on leave for a year. In 2019, I was out for that entire academic year. I do a lot of writing as well. I'm an author. I have two academic pieces that were published. Yeah, that's about it. I don't want to, I don't know that I have any other, I have a master's, a first degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1 postgraduate diploma, 1 postgraduate certificate, diploma. Do I have anything else? I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's me. All right, so what I want for you, so welcome to everyone who's new to the class, but I want you to understand that this is an interactive class. And what I don't want, which is what I see happening in some other courses and in my past experiences, is that people log in, they are not physically there, and they don't participate. You call their names, they don't say anything. And when the class ends, then they're trying to send messages in the WhatsApp group, asking all kinds of questions. I will ignore them, all right? When you're in the class, you're supposed to participate, all right? So if you are there and you don't answer me, no problem. Just know that when you're having a challenge to complete any task, you're not going to get my assistance, all right? This is a two-way communication street where you have a responsibility as a student. When you're in the class, if you're having a challenge, that's different, and you communicate as such. But it can't be that you're here and you're being called on, you're not responding, or you log in and then you're gone to do something else. You're not physically there. All right. Are all the persons who are new in the WhatsApp group, or do I need to reshare the link? Because I know some persons might have joined after the link was shared. Anybody is not in the WhatsApp group? All right, so I take it that everybody is in the WhatsApp group. Is there anyone who is new who was not subscribed to the YouTube channel so that you can actually gain access to the previous recordings? All right, so I assume that you have access to the previous recordings. The usual drill of the class is that we do, let me see if I can bring up one of our drills. Let me take this down. So I can show you at least at minimum some of what we do. Where are they?
Sir, can I go ahead and reshare everything now?
Yes, please do, because I'm actually trying to find them. I am not sure why I'm not finding them. So please reshare so that all persons present. It says 11, so why am I not seeing that? So I just want to show you, for example, 1 or 2 of the exercises that we usually do before we go into the lectures. They're called breathing and articulation exercises. They help you in terms of pronunciation and eventually enunciation. We do a lot of tongue twisters, sharpening or the absence or the presence of the TH sounds in words, the stressed and or unstressed TH, so mouth, as opposed to that, then, this. Have you shared, because I want to just show them so they get a sense of some of what we are
doing now, sir.
Because I don't know why I'm not seeing it on mine. And I think they're there actually. They are there, so why am I seeing them? It's not this month, all right. Or I might have deleted them off my laptop, but they are on my phone. Shared? I'm not seeing anything. Have you shared it, Georgia?
Yes, sir, they're sharing. I sent 10 already.
Oh, they are sharing. All right, so I'm seeing one, for example. All right, so let me share screen just to show you. Hello, mute your mics. We're hearing your business. This is why I tell people to mute your mics, because we don't want to hear your personal business. All right, so this, are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes, sir. Same.
Right. So this, for example, is one exercise. So it says the following drill contains all the sounds in the English language. So this is one of the many drills that we do. I believe that man will not merely endure, but will prevail. And what it does is to help you in terms of articulation, exercising your articulators. I'm not sure if you were introduced to the term in your previous course, were you told about articulators and where they are and how they assist in producing speech sounds? Persons who are new, can you verify if you were introduced to any of that in your previous lecture?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I'm seeing some. So these are some of the activities that we do. And this is right, these are the 4 P's that we have spoken about. Well, not about that unfortunate incident. Pauses, pace, quick projection, those will be, you'll be marked for those in your TED Talk as well as your PowerPoint presentation. All right, so we looked at that. Right, so these are, we talked about vowels and consonants. These are just other things. Okay, all right, so thanks for sharing all of that, Georgette. So there's a lot of information there. And if you go through the recordings, some of it might be familiar because you were in a course prior to coming into this class. So your lecturer would have introduced you to some of the foundational concepts and or terminologies. But as I said, I have a different quote unquote style, and I don't necessarily follow the course outline, every dot and every T. All right. Are there any questions from the persons who are new? Any questions? Or is everything clear so far?
Night again, sir. Yes. So one question.
Mm-hmm.
As it relates to the work, the pieces that we have already submitted to our previous lecturer and the grades that we have attained, what will be the outcome as far as those are concerned?
I need to, so I'll speak to Dr. Malcolm about that because I have not graded anything for my students as yet. I was actually going to speak to them today about the mid-semester. But let me ask you, what have you submitted so far?
We have done an impromptu speech. We have also done an analysis of our TED Talk program, and we were in the process of working on a group assignment.
Okay. All right, so that's not how I've, well, my students are going to do, so we're going to look at we're going to do an analysis of the TED Talk, but that's not the part that is going to be graded. The part that is going to be graded in this course is that what is going to be graded is your actual TED Talk. So the analysis will be a class work, but what will actually be graded is the TED Talk itself, how you are able to put it together based on the analysis that was done. You mentioned an impromptu speech or something like that. That's what you mentioned?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So the thing that is on the other piece that is graded is what is called speech for special occasion. So like a toast or reading of a eulogy or introduction, like introducing the main speaker, or also the TED Talk was your coursework one. So is it that you guys did a TED Talk? Oh, you mean the analysis of the TED Talk? Oh, the analysis of the TED Talk. No, I'm not grading the analysis of the TED Talk because in terms of the analysis of the TED Talk, what did you do? Did you write something?
No, we listened to a TED Talk and then we analyzed what it said. We got some questions to answer and we did a video like answering the questions.
Oh yeah, I know the questions I have to, but that's not what I'm grading. I think in my humble opinion, in terms of somebody who actually as somebody who's trained in the area of public speaking, it's better to grade you on your ability to publicly speak than your ability to reflect on speech. That's just my humble opinion. Yes.
Excuse me, sir. That TED Talk series that we were graded on, we actually had to do a video of us doing the analysis of the
Right.
TED
So as I
Talk.
said, I'll speak to the course leader and see, because as I said before, I am not grading from in this class. I'm not grading that. That's not what I'm grading. The actual TED Talk being done by the students. And we are going to start some discussion about that. My students were working on their speech outline, and the speech outline is for the TED Talk. And then after the speech outline, then I was going to show them, an actual TED Talk. What is TED Talk? How you put a TED Talk together? Look at various examples of TED Talk, the various types of organizational structure for TED Talk. And then from that introduction, they would then put their TED Talk together, and that would be the actual grade. Did you guys do a mid-semester? Was there a mid-semester?
No, sir.
Right,
So
there wasn't a mid-semester.
we're actually supposed to do a TED Talk as well. It's just that we had already received a grade for the analysis. So it's actually 2 pieces.
Oh, the lecturer probably just break it into 2. 1, the analysis, and then 2, the other part. Well, I could do that. I could actually grade the analysis for my students, but well, probably. But the TED Talk is what is being graded. That part is very, very important. All right. So what I'll do, I'll grade the TED Talk for my group but I need to see those videos. I'd love for you guys to share the videos, and I'll talk to, who was the lecturer? Who was the lecturer? Can you tell me the name of the lecturer? Send a message to.
Shirley Carey.
Miss Shirley Carey.
Shirley Carey, I don't know that name. All right, let me just send a message to a colleague of mine. You said Shirley Carey?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have done 2 pieces of graded work already?
Yes, sir.
So the analysis, so let's say the TED Talk analysis, which I am going to do. I'm just going to, because like you say, you guys were supposed to do the actual TED Talk, then fine. And you guys did a speech. You said, what kind of speech was it again?
An impromptu speech.
Okay, all right, so an impromptu speech. All right, so I think that was what, impromptu. Well, I think that's what most people use as their mid-semester, but I'm not using the impromptu speech for the mid-semester. I'm going to use the PowerPoint, which is a little bit more, it's not just the talking, but there's the putting together of the PowerPoint presentation. So that's what my students haven't done any actual coursework yet, because the semester goes into January. So there's a lot of time for us to do a lot of groundwork. All right, so I'll speak to, so I will do the TED Talk analysis so you can keep, in terms of the percentage, as I said, I'll talk to the head of school about that. My student, the mid-semester for them will be a PowerPoint presentation, and they're going to present in the class, actually spend some time developing that. Okay, all right, so we'll work it out. Persons who are new, again, I say welcome to the class. Today, actually, I was about to speak about the mid-semester, and that the mid-semester will be a PowerPoint presentation. And the PowerPoint presentation, what happens with the PowerPoint presentation, you're going to be walked through how to do a PowerPoint presentation. A friend of mine did a guest lecture for me in a previous class. So I'm going to play portions of that recording, and then you're going to be given a document, and then you're going to convert that document into a PowerPoint presentation in terms of images, including audio, text, image, audio, visual, and font, and all of that. and present to the class. All right, so each is going to be done in groups, and each group now will present to the class and be given an overall grade as well as an individual grade. So the two things that you're being graded on is the public speaking, but also the amount of planning and delivery that goes into the actual preparation. All right, so that is actually our mid-semester exam. Now that the new students are here and they said that they have done the TED Talk analysis, so that is going to be a part of the TED Talk grade. So I'll portion the grade for the TED Talk analysis, but the most of the grade will come on the actual delivery of the TED Talk, because as I said before, it is your ability to publicly speak that is the core of the course. How well are you able to deliver? And when I say deliver, I don't just mean being able to pronounce every word correctly, or so how to pronounce or enunciate. It's not just that, but how you're able to put a presentation together and inform or educate or inspire or motivate or convince or dissuade someone. All right, that is the fundamental core of the course. The final, well, that's not the final. Then you're going to do a speech for special occasion, which is going to be pre-recorded. That is something that you're going to pre-record and upload to your YouTube channel. And I go there and watch, and we probably share some of it in the class. But based on the size now, a lot of these things have to probably be done as a group or put together. Even the TED Talk, probably I pair you guys up. And then the final project is this major Oprah-like presentation. And I'm going to show you some examples from my previous students. Or you do a podcast, but I prefer the talk show, because I like when students, they're able to brand it and do all kinds of stuff. You get very creative. So today we're going to look at PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to actually play bits of the recording, because he's actually the former marketing officer I supervise, but he has moved on to greener pastures at NCB. Did a presentation on PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to play portions of that. As well as this is something I should have. Give me one sec. And if you subscribe, you have access to the recording, all right? Because it's there. All right, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is a pre-recording, all right? So let me just bring it forward.
Camila, you started.
All right.
I'm seeing
Students who have to do business.
Thanks for the opportunity, Robin, to present to your class.
You're hearing?
This very important issue. So I'll start off by asking a very simple question. Walking down the road, and this is for open discussion. Walking down the road and we say, I'm seeing only females here. So walking down the road, I will see this gentleman dressed in a nicely fitted suit, a blue suit, and his hair is well cut, and his tie is up to the neck. He has a briefcase walking, and he smells great. And there's this other gentleman that is walking on the other side of the road, and he has on ripped jeans, and the ripped jeans is under his bottom, boxers showing, has on a marina, has, not to sound discriminatory, but has a spliff in the side of his mouth, and his ear is all up in the air. Which one would you more be enticed to look on or have a conversation with? It's a question, gentlefolks.
Please talk.
Yeah, please talk.
The one with the nice smell, yeah.
The smell. So you say smell first. Okay. Why would you speak to the one in the suit and the one with the nice smell as opposed to the other one? Camila, you started answering.
Okay, so the reason why it would depend on the type of person that I am. and what I'm actually looking for. So a person, once I see a cliff and pants way below where it should be, then that is a big turn off for me. So I wouldn't bother to look in his direction.
Okay, all right, perfect. Let me get one more response, please. We'll address everything I just said just now, Camilla. Do I have to call on people? I'll just go by how it's shown on my screen. So Dervit. Dervit. Georgette.
All right, so can you guys answer the question? Who would you have a conversation with? Or with whom would you have a conversation? The one who is in a suit or the one who is not in a suit? With a spliff in his mouth and pants below his buttocks. And this is for the class. This is not the recording. This is Mr. Clark speaking live.
Sure, the one in the suit.
Why the one in the suit? Why the one in the suit? I'm listening.
Sir, well, for me, I will say it depends on the nature of the conversation that you want to have, because you can see that guy with his pants down his waist and you want to motivate him or try to persuade him to change. Not necessarily the man in the suit, because a man can be in suit and you don't know what his character is, because anyone can just in a suit. So,
but we're just talking about presentation, though. We're only talking about
based on presentation, you'd have more to approach the guy in the suit.
The person in the suit, right? All right, let's continue listening.
Jahim, are you going ahead, Jahim?
Yes, sir. I'm just coming to right now.
Okay, all right. So let me rephrase the question. So there's this young lady there are two young ladies walking on the road. One has on a nice dress, and she smells great. Her hair is well done, has on nice makeup, and she's walking by you. And then there's this other young lady that has on she's bleached out. She have on a ripped jeans, her slippers, two different foot of slippers she have on. Who would you more inclined to talk to? Who do you feel more comfortable talking to?
The clean one.
The clean one. And why is that so?
I'm not like Scabby.
You know, like Scabby. All right. So the essence of the examples and this question is that looks matter. Looks are very, very important. And you only get one opportunity to make a first impression. So you have to use that opportunity. Very, very, very good. Making a bad impression on the onset from the beginning and then having to undo all of that to make a great impression can be very, very difficult. So start with the best foot forward. In business communication, there's a verbal, there's a non-verbal component of communication. For persons to be more inclined or to want to listen to you, what you're saying to them, and we'll go through itemized, we'll go through it in an itemized way. For them to listen to you, they have to be interested in what you're saying, and what you're showing them has to look presentable. It has to look good in some sense or the other. So this session will be about helping you, giving us some tips. It is a very time consuming effort. It's very time consuming to create good PowerPoint presentations, but the be all and end all of it is worth it. So I'll give you some tips as to how about creating them. I'll give you an opportunity to use a few minutes and let me mute this mic. Use a few opportunity. Oh, not us. Jahim, mute your mic, please. Thanks. So
unmute Pant, and I muted everybody. Just unmute, sorry.
All right, man. So I'll give you the opportunity to utilize in a very, very short space, in a very summarized space to utilize some of the skills that I'm showing you. Excel is both PowerPoint and Excel are exhaustive softwares. So I won't be able to teach you everything about each of them now, but they serve different purposes and cross purposes as well. So I start sharing my screen now. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So are you seeing the screen, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So this session, as mentioned by Mr. Clark, by myself earlier, is to give tips on how to make great PowerPoint presentations. I'll give it in a very theoretical way, and I'll walk you through. This is the advised way. How I do it might be a little bit different. How you may learn how to do it might be a little bit different. But the be all and end all of it should be something that's very aesthetically pleasing. Should look good to everybody you're presenting to, and it makes a huge difference at the end of the day. So what is a great PowerPoint presentation? One that is prepared to win. So it's well researched, planned, prepared professionally, so you can deliver the right message to your target audience effectively. It is designed correctly, with points that are illustrated and visually stand out without overwhelming your audience or unnecessarily complicating your message. Must be practiced to perfection, rehearsed and timed to your points. Points land as practice with your live audience, delivered with poise. And I'm sure Mr. Clark is teaching you all the skills as to how to deliver written and verbal and non-verbal communication with poise. How you speak, how you enunciate, the choice of words you use, all of that should be applied to creating great PowerPoint presentations and delivering to your target audience. It should be free from mistakes, devoid of cheesy clip art, non-essential flashiness, miscues like reading directly from pointers, and other easy to avoid problems. So another.
Making sense so far, everybody? Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Key thing to remember in doing PowerPoint presentations is that it is summed up, or it should be summed up. So it shouldn't be a case where you're reading a 300 word or 3,000 word or 1,500 word essay from a PowerPoint presentation. It should be short, it should be concise and to the point. Now, you may need, in doing a PowerPoint presentation, you may need to bring additional notes with you so you can expand and expound on your points when speaking to your target audience. So say, for example,
sorry, Pantan, can you go full screen for this slideshow?
Oh, all right. All right. Better?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So say for example you work at Wisinko and you have this brilliant idea. So you work at Wisinko and work in accounts, but through traveling and transportation every day going to work, you realize a gap in the market that Wisinko can probably capitalize on. So the gentleman in halfway tree that sells bag water and bag juice. You see where Wisinko can possibly mass create that and sell it to those persons to resell. So something similar to what JP does, the banana company. So they give vendors their products to sell and then they sell it and then they get a part. So you see where bag water and bag juice can make a whole lot of sense for persons who are from the lower spectrum of the economic scale, and you want to pitch this idea to your VP in charge of marketing. You'd have to, as this says, put proper research into it. Is this actually something that makes sense? How do they do this? Who actually does it? What does it cost? What goes into making it? Is it potentially financially viable? You have to research all of that information, put it together in a way that when you speak to your marketing manager, your VP in charge of marketing, they are able to receive that information openly and in a very nice way as well. So this will create a number of opportunities for you. You are an accounting officer, or you're a cashier at the front desk at Wisinko, or you are a telephone operator. But your VP, having seen the detailed information and how graphically appealing you put together something in presenting to them, may create other opportunities for yourself, and it may create opportunities for the company you work for. Following me? Okay, can I sleep?
Yes, sir.
Sure you're following?
Following.
Following. Okay, perfect. So know your target audience. I'll ask someone to read this real quick for me. A volunteer, please.
Know your target audience. The target audience for your presentation is the group of people who you want to listen to or view your presentation. Not all audiences are the same. Audiences vary depending on your company's goals. A presentation that works well with one audience may not work well or at all with another. Researching your target audience is a very important first step for creating any kind of marketing or informational material that includes PowerPoint presentations. If you really want your presentation to be successful,
Is it my internet? Georgette? Are you hearing me clearly?
Yes.
Oh, I think it's Georgette's internet. So this goes back to my initial point. Understanding, putting proper research into doing a presentation. So understanding or knowing as much about your VP in charge of marketing and the marketing manager and the brand manager and the business development officers who will be a part of this presentation is critical, because they may be super busy and they only have 5 minutes out of the day that they can spare to listen to a pitch that you're making. So making that pitch, you'll have to be as detailed and concise, and it is very ironic because they need both of those things. So in that 5 minutes span, you need to provide sufficient information without boring the audience and allowing them to understand your pitch so they can buy into your pitch. And a lot of times, especially from a business perspective, an entrepreneurial perspective, a pitching ideas perspective, people have very short space of time to listen to what you're saying. So very, very frequent, it's a time span between 10 and 15 minutes. So you need between 10 and 15 minutes to communicate something clearly to your boss, to persons you're supervising, to a group of business associates, to your classmates. You need that concise time to present something to them and get them to buy into what you're saying. So, for example, I am doing a presentation to kindergarten children about doing presentations. Would I use this format? Would I have any form of reading in there? Or would I have mostly photos, very few reading, a lot of videos, a lot of other visual elements to it? Because they have far shorter attention spans than we as adults do. They may not know all these words that we have here, so they probably don't even know what presentation means, probably don't know what target audience means. So I'd have to tailor this entire presentation to fit into a 6-year-old understanding it and appreciating what I'm saying. We following?
Yes, sir.
Have any questions so far?
Does anybody have any questions so far? Are you guys following? Making sense? Hello?
Yes, sir. Making
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so for the mid-semester for my original group is that we're not going to do impromptu. You're going to do somewhat of a quasi speech where you're going to put together your PowerPoint presentation and actually deliver. And we will be persons in the audience. We might ask questions. I will give you the rubric so you will know what you're being marked for. But so that's the approach. All right. And as I said to you before, public speaking is not just about the ability to pronounce and enunciate, but also to how you deliver, the different types of delivery and what goes into proper planning and presentation. All right, so I'm going to continue.
All right. So I mean, I'm very clear. So we start with an outline.
No, sir.
Oh, no questions? Or I'm not clear. Which one? All right. It seems like I'm clear.
You're clear.
Oh, perfect. So we start with an outline. Once you've researched your target audience and chosen a topic that's relevant to them, it's time to start writing your PowerPoint presentation. The quickest and most efficient way to do this is to use an outline. Plus, an outline can easily be converted to individual slides when the time comes. Be sure to use language that's geared toward your target audience. For most audiences, a conversational style works best. Also, limit the amount of material you put on each PowerPoint presentation slide. Cluttered slides are hard for audiences to follow. Should be audiences. So, as mentioned previously, this is the suggested or recommended way. For me personally, I do it the other way around. So I find a number of PowerPoint presentations from different industries, from different spheres, from all about. And I save them on my personal computer. Now, when there's a time for me to do a presentation, so say for example, we need to present our new marketing plan for the institution for the upcoming year. I'll find a presentation that would best communicate a detailed marketing plan in a very graphically and aesthetically appealing way to the executive who we would be presenting it to. What is being suggested here is you create an outline first, and then you find the ideal PowerPoint presentation. The other way works for me. You have to find out what works best for you. But the end result and the outcome should always be a great PowerPoint presentation, regardless of how you start, regardless of how you go about it. But what is also key is to have an outline. So I will know from notes, from meetings, from recommendations, from emails from superiors, I will know what type of information is required from research, from conversations. I will know, and I'll have my notes, maybe not written down, but in a Word document or on a notepad of what I will have to put in that presentation. Now, I'll find a template that can fit all of that in it, as opposed to the other way around. So you have to have an outline, regardless of how you start or where you utilize the outline. You have to have an outline. So I'll take a moment and I'll send this to Mr. Clark. I'll send this after the class to Mr. Clark, so you can have access to some of the places I go to download PowerPoint presentations. Free templates. There are two here, the last two, Elements and Graphic River, from the same company. Those are premium, but you can find free. I don't know what your pockets are like if you would want to go with the premium quality, or you can get great quality at a no cost to do your presentations. So what I'll do, I'll share these. So this will be important at a little bit further down in the class. So I'll share it in the chat. So I shared it in the chat. And what I'll do as well is I'll show you what some of these look like. So let me open this. So give me 1 second for me to open this. Are we still there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'll stop sharing this right now and then share right here. All right, you're seeing the web browser? Are we seeing the web browser?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So on the web browser, this website, what it allows you to do is to download individual slides. So it doesn't allow a full PowerPoint presentation to be downloaded. So say for example, you're doing starting a business and you're doing a presentation because you need some funding. This right here is a nice graphic to showcase your mission. So once you're on this website and I click download or open in slides, in Google Slides, it brings you to that. There's a dark version, there's a lighter version. So let's go to another one. This internet isn't very fast. Let's go to another one. So this one right here, the cursor is hovering over, is a great one for stating about your targets or your goals. This one over here, you're doing a presentation about social media. You're doing digital marketing and you have a presentation to do. This is a nice slide to pull. Once you download all of these, so view full gallery. Once you download all of these, it's fully editable. The only thing that you may see is a small text box. So the text box down here where they're speaking about smile templates, and that can be deleted. And it's fully editable, can be used for any amount of things that you need it to be used for. So a marketing mix right here, talking about the price, the product, you're doing a marketing plan for class, or you're doing a marketing plan for an investor. They want to say a marketing plan because you say you sell the fruit bag juice all across Jamaica, and they want to see the marketing plan. They need to see the marketing mix. So the 7 P's they need to see, and how you will apply all 7 P's to your new product or the product that you're proposing. So this one allows you to download the full PowerPoint templates. So it gives you different themes you can download from. So this one is a ocean, plastic pollution, Easter. You're doing a presentation at church for Easter. This is a nice one because we're fully remote now and only 10 people can be in church. You're one of those 10 persons and you don't want people to be cooking and cleaning at the same time. You want them to pay attention to what you're communicating to them. Then this is a perfect one to use. Has a lot of nice graphics in there. It's the different Easter eggs. There are different qualities. You're doing something about cybersecurity because you're developing a new website and you don't want what happened to Jam COVID to happen to your website. So you're proposing this at your internal department meeting. And it has a whole lot of range. So see, this goes up to maybe 15, 20 that you can download and fully access and utilize. This website allows you to download some infographics. So the use of infographics, as we'll see when I proceed with my presentation, allows you to communicate figures in a more easily received way than using words. So you're presenting a research project, or you work at a company that does research and you're presenting the information, and you're called to TVJ to show how many people catch COVID from workplace clusters compared to how many catch it from the taxis, how many from the buses, and you're presenting this to the nation. You don't want it to be too ready because it's a general population. Not everybody is on the same reading level. Not everybody has the same attention span. So you have to use something that this color is different. So they'll bear with you while they read through this color. This one is different, this one is different, and so forth and so forth. Now this one has a little bit more sophisticated templates because it's premium. So people spend a lot more time in developing these because the intention is to resell them. So you have a gesture. Let me find one that may be very applicable right now. So business consulting. So business consulting, again, you're doing a presentation to your organization, and with the new Bag juice, you want to utilize this one. So you have to pay for PowerPoint presentations or templates from this website, while the other three, as showed, are free. The other three are free. So let me stop sharing this. Do you have any questions so far?
No, sir.
No questions. Okay, so let me just come back
Sir,
to.
do you have something? I see the link here, but do you have something I can download it to save it on your computer, right?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, what I did, I went on all of these and I have a folder on my computer that I saved them in. So
Oh.
I'll show you some examples at different presentations that I've done from an Excelsior perspective and from other stuff that I'm involved in. Most notably sporting components. So I'll showcase those. So I download them and I keep them on my computer because I can promise you, once you're working, once you intend to work, once you're going to school, once you want to be productive in any sense or form, there will be a need to present something. Yep, this is something I can't avoid any at all. Once there's some amount of productivity in you, there will be a need. So if we know that there'll always be a need, why not have these in the bank so you can just pull on them when it's needed? It saves a lot of time because for me, I need to find the perfect template to communicate what I'm communicating before I can start doing it. So I can spend upwards of an hour, 2 hours, even though I have templates on my computer. I can spend 30 minutes, 40, 45 minutes trying to find the perfect, quote unquote, perfect template to communicate what I'm trying to communicate, because it has to hit home to the audience I'm presenting to. So we want to keep it, hold on, I need to move this. We want to keep it short and to the point. One of the most important things is to remember is that PowerPoint is a tool to support your story. Avoid putting the literal text on the screen. Instead, try and shorten your bullets and keep it to the point.
Are we understanding what is being said? Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Causes your audience to focus on you instead of the slides on the screen. So what not to do on the left, what to do on the right. Using graphics always helps. It can't be too ready, but it should have sufficient information. And you should, as we go along, you will realize how critical it is for you to be prepared. So if you aren't prepared, you will do a ready presentation because you'll want to use that time to share what is being read from the screen to your target audience. But if you are prepared, you have practiced, you have read upon everything that you're supposed to read upon, then having 5 keywords, having 5 broad topics will allow you to expound on each of them as you go along. And a key point to note, this is not exclusive. So you have to be able to, similarly to going to school, you have to know when to apply a particular knowledge or set of knowledge and when not to. When to say, okay, I need this to be a little bit longer than it is recommended to be, or I need this to be way shorter than it is recommended to be. You have to accept the knowledge and apply it as you go along or as the need comes along. So I have to choose the right font. Try and pick a classic font instead of a creative one. Picking the wrong font can easily cause your text to be unreadable for your audience. Besides that, if the computer you're presenting on does not have the font you used installed, PowerPoint will replace it with a common one. And then these are some of I would add Times New Roman to this, that are fonts that are used on an Arial Calibri here, Arial and Arial Black. So those are on most, if not all, computers. So this on the left, don't do that. It's way too hard to read, and you don't want to create any barriers in your communication. You want to eliminate as many barriers as possible. the size matters. So picking the right font size can be difficult. On the one hand, your audience needs to be able to read whatever you put on the screen. On the other, you don't want your text to dominate the space on your slide. For headers, the minimum is around 20 points, while for the body, you have a minimum of 18 points. With these sizes, you can be assured your text will be legible in every situation. This goes for laptops, computers, tablets, TVs, and beamers. So again, consume this knowledge and apply it as the needs come by. It might be that you just need to have one statement on a PowerPoint slide, and that is it. But you won't be able to communicate effectively with having something at 18 points on a slide. So you may need to make it bigger than 20, may need to make it about 50, and that is it. It may be a communication where you need to communicate that this is critical and this is urgent and you need to shout. So you put something that is no, and no is 150 points. And that is okay because that is what you're trying to communicate in that moment. So generally speaking, this is recommendations, but you need to be able to apply. Still with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Usually your text is supported by a low quality image. We often see that when people are talking about a car, the first picture that on Google Images is picked. This results in inconsistency because some images tend to be illustrations and drawings, making your presentation look unprofessional or even childish. Make sure you select high quality images that support your message. So on this point, I want to show everybody something. And I hope we already know this and I'm just doing this for the sake. So you're resizing that image. You never resize an image like this. You never resize an image like this. Never, ever, ever do that. The only way to resize an image is by here. So what this does, when you resize it from here, it evenly distributes, it evenly resizes from a horizontal and a vertical perspective. So it doesn't comes out pixelated or distorted. One of the worst things that can happen is you're showing something and it says nice car and it's showing like that because you want it to fit. All right, you want it to fit. You want it to fit perfectly in this little space here. So you do this. And it does look good because it shows that it was resized and not resized properly. Always resize from here. All right? Are we still following?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So relevance and quality are key. Showing data on your slide, visualize these as much as possible. And this is where the use of those infographics is very, very important. So whenever your presentation contains a lot of data, it might be easier. And I'll just say data. I'll remove a lot here. Once it contains data, because we
Volume
know...
a little bit down, Panton.
Huh?
Your volume is a little bit down.
Mine? Hold on, I'm going to turn it up. I think it's higher now. Higher now?
Yes.
Oh, is the headset I was using. So we have a figure phobia, and I don't know if figure phobia is a correct word, but we have a figure phobia and a math phobia here in Jamaica. So anytime people see figures or any equation or any statistics, them brain just start shut off. So we have to understand this as bad as it sounds and as bad as it is in Jamaica. We have to understand this is the audience we are dealing with. This is the potential audience. So we have to make it as easy for them to consume that information that we're presenting to them, understand it, and give us some positive feedback. So once you're presenting any data at all, so before I send this, let me even remove it now and just put once you're presenting data. So once presentation contains data. Once your presentation contains data, it might be easier to communicate this data by using visuals instead of just text. Graphs might give you the results you are looking for. PowerPoint offers a wide variety of donut graphs, which are ideal for making comparisons. For example, pick a donut graph to show your percentage in the middle of the graph. This way, your audience immediately knows what you mean. That is one way. As the years goes up in the Microsoft Office suite, there are new templates, there are new graphs that they give and they offer to everybody. However, those might be too played out. So because every other presentation you're seeing, those are included, it becomes too frequent for people to consume what is on it. So go outside of the box. Utilize the infographics are shared. Utilize the other other PowerPoint templates that are shared. Utilize those, and different will be more appealing for people. Simplify tables as much as possible. Tables are usually crammed with information and numbers. This causes the slide to look crowded and chaotic. In this case, it is important to visualize the tables as simple as possible. Delete unnecessary outlines, colors, and borders. Keep it simple, and less is more are key phrases to take in mind while designing tables. And this is very, very clear. Why the one on the right is a lot easier to read. Or let me ask, is it a lot easier to read for you than the one on the left?
Like the one on the left.
The one on the left is easier for you to read?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
that's very interesting. That's what you say as well. Carry on.
Yes, sir.
The one on the
the
left
left.
easier?
Yes, it is easier to read.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
It's
But it's
probably
color coded.
The one on the left is easier to read, being that the color
okay.
brings up the actually.
All right, maybe because I wear glasses. So again,
I
what
wear glasses and the one on the left is easier.
and the one on the left? All right. Okay. So what I'll say is, as I've been consistently saying, use the knowledge that I'm sharing, but apply it. So the consensus here, the audience here is saying the one on the left is easier to read. So what will I do when I am doing a presentation that contains presenting figures in a table? I'll use the one on the left because the target audience thinks that is easier to read for them. Follow?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I've gone through this at some level already. So practice your PowerPoint. Go through it, proofread it, have somebody else proofread it, stand in the mirror and read through it. Practice your PowerPoint. All right, so that is it for the presentation there. So what I'll do now, you have all the I shared the templates in this slide. I shared all the templates in the slide. So what I'll do, I'll break it up in groups. I have to be host to do that, right? Or I'll just ask Robin to break up in groups. And I'll ask each group to download one of those PowerPoint slides. And I'll give you until 8 to come up with, so we have how many persons? 12 persons. We can get 3 groups of 4. So I'll ask each group to do a presentation on why communication is important. So this is.
All right, so are we understanding so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what I am going to do is, let me send the email via, I hope even the new persons are on my canvas now, because I have some documents that you are going to work on for me. Hold on, why am I not? Let me stop sharing. Let me see because I'm sharing. Oh, well, let me share it via Canvas. I hope everybody who's in the class now is actually on my mailing list. Hope the student advisor. Advisory. Material for manuscript. Manuscript presentation. Presentation. And it's, let me put manuscript in quotation because it's not fully manuscript. So everybody was understanding what was happening, right? And think it is a workable or manageable task to do. Am I correct?
Sir, can the task be repeated, please?
Can we?
So I was asking if the task could be repeated, please.
What do you mean by that? I don't know if I understand. All right, I think I have them now. Yeah.
It was explaining on us doing something.
Oh, no, we're not going to, you guys are not going to do that. No, I'm just going to send you, why is this thing not? Okay. So I'm going to send you both the PowerPoint presentation as well as the, why is it not copying all of them? This is very strange. It's doing it one at a time. Is it something unique to Canvas? So the PowerPoint presentation I'm sending to you right now, as well as what I'm going to give you now, I'm going to give you each group this stimulant, and you are going to convert the document into a PowerPoint presentation, and that is the mid-semester. So instead of the impromptu, so it should be all students, right? Okay, I think you guys have it. Required field. Oh, hold on, students. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, confirm that you have received it in your email, your student email.
Oh, so I haven't received anything.
All right, just give it a second or two. Sometimes the system is a bit slow. It might take some time to actually go through because it says sent on my side, so could be.
Sir, I
Yes, sir. I just
see a
received it.
notification from Canvas, but not
Right, right. You have to get it from Canvas. And it includes the PowerPoint presentation itself. All right, so just check again, sir.
Sorry, the email I just sent, does it include the new students?
Yes, it does, because I'm seeing 32, so it does.
Okay.
Have you checked to see if you have received the PowerPoint? Is there any new student who has received the PowerPoint? Mr. Parnell, can you check again for me, just to make sure that you have it?
I have to log into my Canvas.
Yes, sir, I did.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, because you're not able to log into Canvas. All right.
I see it, sir.
Right. Some persons are seeing it. Right. So you should be seeing it. All right. What I'm going to do, you have to choose one, but let me put it in groups based. I'm going to use a system to do it. So it's going to be automated. Did I claim host? Yes, I did.
Sir, we couldn't choose our group.
No, because I don't want new persons with only new persons and old persons with only old persons. I want the chemistry to start building from now. So why am I not seeing breakout room? Did I not claim host?
Sir, on Canvas, sir, where would I go to find the PowerPoint?
It's in the email I sent. You're not seeing it in the email?
You would have to click on view in Canvas and then it will come up to the side on the left.
All right, so I'm going to open the breakout room and you're going to choose, no one can choose the same. All right, you're going to choose one of the documents. All of them are properly titled. They're looking at different areas, current areas of discussion. So I'm giving you 10 minutes and then the rooms will just tell me which ones you have selected. All right, no same room will choose the same, can do the same one. And you're not doing it today, and you're just choosing one today. And this is not even due on Wednesday either. This is something that is going to be done next week, Wednesday. So it gives you enough time to put a PowerPoint together, practice as was said before, practice in order for you to be able to deliver, because I'm going to be a part of the audience who will be questioning you. All right, so all persons go into the breakout room for me. I'm in room 1. I don't see anybody in room 1 yet. Renee, Sajel, Nevia, and Geraldine. Geraldine just went into the room. Please go into the breakout room, guys. Tiffany, you're not in the breakout room. Donna, Miss Lewis, Georgette, Camalia, Carlene, Nevia, you're not in the breakout room. Just go into the breakout room, please, guys.
Sir? Sir?
Yes,
Sir?
yes.
What is it that we should choose from?
It's in the email I sent you the documents. You're going to choose any one of the documents.
That's something that I saw with human trafficking.
Right, so you can choose anyone. Some of them not, so only one is on human trafficking. So you're going to choose anyone.
Okay, sir.
All
Sir,
right.
can I be put in another group?
I can't. The system put you in a group based on the numbers that are here now. What is the challenge in being in that group?
There is no challenge, but I just wanted to go in another group.
Okay.
Tiffany? Sir, even just joining back the class. I was left to come home. So just
All
reaching.
right, I'm just going to put it in a group for now, in a room for now, but I think the class is actually 33 persons. So when we come back on Wednesday, I think I'm going to put it in a different room.
Okay, sir. No problem.
All right, yeah. All right, so. All right, so room one, which one did you choose? Please, no one else speak, just allow room one to speak. Geraldine, Nevia, Oran, Renee, Sajel.
So the human trafficking.
Human trafficking, sir.
Human trafficking, so that one is out. Trafficking. All right, room two, which one did you choose?
Sir, the strengthening agriculture one.
So agriculture. Room three, which one did you choose?
Technology and agriculture.
I think there are two of them, right?
Well,
Yes.
sir, the strengthening sustainable agriculture is one, and the technology and agriculture.
Right, true. Room four, which one did you choose? Kamala, Carlene, Patricia.
They are choosing human trafficking, but when that is out, I'll go with
Aisle or wheel?
Well, because it's not a group. I'm just saying that because I want them to say yes or whatever. So I will say, I don't know if the group will be fine with that. Facial recognition.
Facial recognition. Group members in room four. That's okay with you?
That's okay, sir.
All right, so facial recognition. I'm making a note, facial recognition. Room five, which one will you go with? Sarita, Shanice, Lisane, and Maxine.
It seems like it's only one left anyway.
Say that again.
It appears that it's the only one that's left anyway.
There's only one left. What's that one called?
IPGMO.
Oh, GMO. Okay. Yeah, man, that's a good one for you guys. It's actually a very nice. So room 6, there was none for you to choose?
I did choose, however, another took it, so we will.
All right, so let me give you one. Don't worry yourself. There.
Presentation.
All right, so let me give you one now.
So it's actually 6, you know.
It's 6, right? So what's the other one? What's the last one?
The one is how to make great power presentations.
No, that's the PowerPoint presentation for the class. That's not it. That's the actual lecture. You don't realize that's what Ricardo was showing in his lecture.
That's the last one that's left.
Exactly.
There's 5.
So it's 5, right? So I need to give you one, right? So I was about to do that. All right. The 5 that I looked at, I want to ensure that I don't repeat. Facial recognition, technology, human trafficking. All right. Just give me 1 second. Let's see if it's actually. All right, I have it, but I just want to ensure that the info is. Okay. This one. Give me 1 second. I think I found the paper that I wanted to. Yes. There you go. I found it. This one is very, very good. So let me send it to you guys right now. All students. You can say all students. Let's see how is that. ETC, this and that. Welcome. Knowledge of the impact of law. Did I see this before? Sure I did. Oh, okay. Now I see what the name of it is. All right, the one that I'm giving you is technology and whistleblowing. Brand, no, this is not it. All right, so this is for room 6 students. This is for room 6. All right, confirm receiving it, please, room 6 members. And I've shared the room numbers. I've shared the group members of each room in the WhatsApp group. All right, so room 6, Georgette, Jamila, and Lishana.
Sir, where did you share it?
Always Canvas.
Still in retrieval, sir. That's it.
Okay, but it's based on somewhat whistleblowing and technology. In other words, the kind of technology that they're using to facilitate whistleblowing in public sector organizations, something to that effect, all right? And these are actually unique areas that very interesting. So remember now, so this is not due until next week, Wednesday. No, if next week, Wednesday, when do I have? Today's what, Monday? I prefer Wednesday. Yeah, next week, Wednesday, and we start the presentations at 6 o'clock. And each presentation is 4 to 10 minutes in length, and I will share the rubric in the next class. All right, so if you want to start working on it, I've invited a guest lecturer to come on Wednesday to kind of help you again in terms of PowerPoint presentation and all of that. I don't know if she'll be able to make it to come in and kind of talk to you about it. And then I'm going to introduce it to some other platforms that you can actually use to create very good PowerPoint presentations and all of that. All right, are there any questions? Because the time is up, class is over. Any questions, anything confusing, or is everything clear?
Yes, sir, just for confirmation. So we're doing a PowerPoint on the topic that we chose, right?
Yes, so you're converting the document I shared with each group into a PowerPoint presentation. And it's not just a PowerPoint, you're delivering it. So I am your audience, all the persons who are not in your room or in your group, we are your audience. So you're coming there, whether you're there to inform, whether you're there to educate, whether you're there to inspire, whether you're there to motivate. At the end of that, we should at least learn something. Is there a call to action, whatever it is? So it is your duty now to convert the document into a PowerPoint presentation using text, audio, audiovisual, images, whatever it is that you're using. And I'm going to show you some examples. Remind me the next class to show you some examples that were done by previous students, all right? So it's not just the PowerPoint, but it's also the delivery, because this is a public speaking class. So it's more the delivery than just the PowerPoint presentation. All right, any other question? Or anything unclear, or anybody?
Sir,
Yes.
I don't see the members of group, all the members of group 1. Oh, sorry. Okay, 0.
Did you look in the WhatsApp group, sir?
Yes, sir. I just opened it. Sorry.
And when more persons show up on Wednesday, because this is not the full class, the class is actually 33 people. So I'm not sure if the other persons are not here. So Oran, you're not going to be in group 1. You're going to be in the other group because I've limited to 4 persons so that each person can actually contribute. When the group is large, some persons hide behind others, but when it's much smaller, you get everybody doing some amount of work. All right, so you will not be in group 1, I'm almost sure.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? New persons, everything is okay with you guys? I hope everything is okay. I know you are literally thrown in my class, but I hope I made my best attempt at making you feel very welcome. So everything is okay. New people, I'm seeing Tiffany, Jamila, Brown, Malcolm, Donny, Lewis. Is everything okay?
Yes, sir, so far.
All right. All right, have a good night, everybody. Persons, you know, of course, you can reach me via WhatsApp. Yes?
Don't feel like
I'm not hearing you clearly.
one moment. You hearing me now?
Yes, much better.
Yes, I was saying that I don't feel like next week Wednesday is too soon.
All right, if it's too soon, we can extend it. No problem. I actually don't have a problem extending it. We'll probably just put it to the following Monday.
Okay, sir. So that's the date then, or?
No, I will decide that. I will make a determination of that when we come on Wednesday. So let's wait, because as I said before, there are about 10 people or 9 or 8 people who are not in the class now. Because when I looked at the list, it's 33 students and I'm only seeing from night, let's say average 24 people.
Okay, sir.
All right, so on Wednesday, we can make a determination, all right, about, because we can literally leave some of these presentations until the latter part, you know. So the due date is not even a big deal for me because you're going to do your presentation. So the due date is not even a big deal for me. And most of these things that you're going to do are either going to be live or pre-recorded. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Keep safe until I see you on Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Yes.